Hello viewers, this Not Too Fast here. In today's video I'll show you a brand new car dash camera battery pack. This one I have here is from the company Black Box My Car. This one here is a model PowerCell 8. And this was designed with the engineers at Eaton, who is a manufacturer for the Cellink Neo battery pack. Now this design is slimmer than the Cellink Neo battery and the Blackview B124X battery. It also has 25% more capacity at 96 watt-hour compared to the Cellink's 76.8 watt-hour. With this battery pack, you're no longer putting wear on your car battery when operating the dashcam in parking mode. Also, this will give you a much longer parking mode recording runtime. You can get up to 6 times more parking mode runtime compared to running it off the car battery. In this video, I'll show you everything you need to know about this battery pack, how to install it, and how you connect it to your dashcam. So let's get started. Here's a look at the box this Black Box My Car PowerCell 8 battery pack comes in. Looking at the box, it tells you the battery pack uses lithium iron phosphate battery cells, is smartphone compatible, has a sleek design, parking protection ready, built-in Bluetooth, smart fast charging, and works with any vehicle. On the side, here it tells you the model number is PowerCell 8. This battery pack is rated at 7500 milliamp hour at 12.8 volt, 96 watt hour. Storage is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. Input voltage is 12 to 17 volt at 13.5 amp max. And the output is 11 to 14.2 volt at 2 amp max. And this battery pack is made in South Korea. Here's a DC input charging cable you connect to the fuse box. There's a cigarette lighter charging cable. Output cigarette lighter plug. Mounting tape. User manual. Right here is a PowerCell 8 battery pack. So let's have a closer look at this PowerCell 8 battery pack. Now the overall build quality is very good. The enclosure is made of aluminum. The end caps is plastic. There's some heft to this unit. It weighs just over 1.5 pounds. As I mentioned, inside the battery pack, it uses lithium iron phosphate battery cells. And with this type of battery cells, it has higher charge cycle than your traditional lithium ion battery. Also, lithium iron phosphate cells are much safer and stable. It doesn't catch on fire or explode, which makes it perfect for installing it in the vehicle. Now looking on this side, all the connectors and switch are on one side, and this makes organizing all your cables a lot more cleaner because you won't have cable running out on both sides. So let's go through the switch and connector that you see here. This connector here on the right is the input power connector. If you're charging this battery pack using the cigarette lighter power cable, then you need to set the mode switch to low for low current charging. And if you use a charging cable that connects to a fuse box, then you need to set the mode switch to high for high current charging. Above this connector are 3 LED indicators. This will show you the status of the battery pack. Next to it is the output port. So you connect this output port to your dash cam. With this output port, it outputs DC 11 volt to 14.2 volt at a maximum of 2 amps. Right here is a USB output port. It outputs 5 volt at 2 amps. You can use it to charge your mobile device or use it to power a mobile hotspot router. Above the USB port, this connector is for upgrading the firmware. This is for factory use only. And next to it is the on-off switch. As I mentioned, you can set this to low current charge or high current charge. And in the middle is off position. So if I switch this over to the low side, the battery pack will turn on. The last connector here is for external battery. If you want, you can daisy chain multiple batteries to give you longer runtime on the dashcam. Now when it comes to charging this battery pack, they've included 2 charging cables. You can either use the cigarette lighter charging cable or this power cable that you connect to the fuse box. Both of these cables have this connector that you can plug into the battery pack. If you use a cigarette lighter power cable, then you're charging it in low current mode at 4.5 amps. And with this, to fully charge a battery, it takes 100 minutes. And if you use this power cable and connect this to a fuse box, then you'll be charging this battery pack in high current mode at 8.5 amps. And the charging time is 50 minutes. With this cable, this connector connects to a battery pack. On the other end of the cable, you have 2 wires. The black wire will connect to chassis ground, and the red wire will connect to a fuse with ignition 12 volt in the fuse box. This way, when the car is running, it will charge a battery, and when you turn off the ignition, the charging will stop and it will not drain your car battery. Now to tap this wire to your fuse box, you do need a fuse tap. And when you order this battery pack, you can specify what type of fuse your car uses. So choose the correct one you need, and Black Box My Car will include one of these when they ship it. Now during the unboxing I showed you this output cable with this cigarette lighter socket. Now when you order the battery pack, you can specify what output cable you need depending on what dash cam you have. If you have a Blackview dash cam, then the power cable will plug into this cigarette lighter socket. The other choices you have is an output cable for a ThinkWare dash cam or a VOFO dash cam, and also a VOFO dash cam with a USB-C power connector. Now if you want to splice and connect your own hardwire cable to this battery pack, you can also choose an output cable with bare wire so you can splice your own wire to it. Now since I'll be installing this battery pack with my Geon 3 dash cam, I'll be using this output cable. Connect this connector to the output port of the battery pack. On the other end, you have this connector that'll plug directly into the dash cam. Now with this type of output cable, you see there are 3 wires. The black wire is ground, the red wire is ignition 12 volt. So when your ignition is on, 12 volt will be supplied on this red wire to power your dash cam. When you turn off the ignition, the red wire will go to 0 volt and the yellow wire will output 12 volt. And because there are 2 12 volt supply wires, when the battery pack switches from one wire to the other, the dashcam will know when the ignition is turned off and switch to parking mode recording. So let's take this to the vehicle, get it installed, and I'll be using this to power the GNET Geon 3 3-channel dashcam that I recently reviewed. There's a Geon 3 3-channel dashcam I installed a couple of weeks ago, and I did a full review of this dashcam in my previous video. So if you want to check it out, I'll include the link below. Now as for where you want to put this battery pack, it's really up to you. You can put this in the glove box or behind the dash if there's room. For this SUV, I'll put the battery pack underneath the driver's seat. Now again, you have 2 options for the input charging cable. One is the cigarette lighter power cable. With this, the installation is quick and easy. All you have to do is plug this connector to this connector right here and plug the other end to 12 volt accessory port. If you use this cable, you do need to set the switch to low side. The other option is to hardwire this cable to your fuse box. And with this, the charging current is going to be higher and it'll charge a battery pack a lot faster. And if you use this charging cable, you need to set the switch to a high position. For this install, I'll be connecting this power cable to the fuse box. The fuse tap that I'll be using for this vehicle is this type. This is a low profile fuse. Looking at the fuse tap, you see there are 2 fuse slots. The top slot is for your accessory, so the voltage will come in on the left side, go through the top fuse, and then go out to the accessory. With the bottom fuse, the voltage will come in on the left side, go through the fuse, and then out on the right side. And this completes the original circuit. So you want to install the original fuse from the fuse box in the bottom slot, and then install your own fuse for the top accessory slot. So when you install this fuse tap, make sure the left side is where the voltage is coming in, and the right side is where the voltage is going out. So here I'll crimp the fuse tap to a red wire here. Locate your fuse panel and remove this cover. Looking at the label on the back of the fuse panel cover, it'll tell you what fuse is for what circuit. Now what we're looking for is a fuse that will provide ignition 12 volt. And on this Nissan Pathfinder, right here you see power socket ACC1. This will give me ignition 12 volt. Every vehicle is different, so make sure you find the right fuse for your vehicle and test it with a multimeter before installing a fuse tap. So here I'm going to remove the original fuse. Take the original fuse and put it into the bottom slot of the fuse tap. Now plug the fuse tap into the fuse slot. To connect the chassis ground, I'll be using this bolt that you see right here behind the hood release. Underneath the dash, there may be other grounding bolts you can use for your ground wire. You can test it with a multimeter to make sure it's a good ground. Go ahead and disconnect the power cable that we installed previously. On the left is a new output cable you connect to the battery pack. You can see the 2 connectors are exactly the same. So you want to take this connector and plug into the dash cam. Now run this power cable up to the headliner, over to the A-pillar, and down to your fuse box. Pull back the weather stripping. This panel is held in by clips. Go ahead and pop it out. With a power wire, run this along the side, down to your kick panel. Remove this panel. Next, I'm going to route both the input and output cable along the side towards the driver's seat. Next, I'll route these 2 cables underneath the seat. Behind the seat, here you see the two cables. Connect the input power cable and connect the output cable. Next, you need to turn on the battery pack. I'll switch it to high. Now when I start the vehicle, the battery pack will begin charging. When it's charging, the red LED will be on and the dash cam is powered on and recording. Now turn off the ignition. The dashcam will automatically switch to parking mode, and right now it's being powered by the battery pack. I'll tuck the battery pack underneath the seat. Here's a look at the battery pack installed. Now if you want to check on the status of the battery, there is an app you can use to connect to this battery cell via Bluetooth. Here I'll install the CellLink Neo Plus app. Open the app. Here you see the app found the battery pack. If it didn't find it, press search device. When the app is connected using Bluetooth, the blue LED indicator will be illuminated. I'll select the battery pack. So on this page, it'll tell you the charge level of the battery, the temperature reading inside the battery, the charging voltage and current, the output voltage and current, the battery capacity, and the charge time. Now you don't have to have this app to use a battery, but if you're interested in knowing what the status of the battery is, then you can install this app and be able to check anytime you want. So right now it's charging. If I turn off the ignition, and now you see the status show, discharging battery, and the usable time with 22% charge is 3.5 hours. Now with this dashcam battery pack installed, the operation of the parking mode feature on the dashcam work exactly as before. The only difference is the dashcam is getting power from the battery pack instead of the car battery. So in this video, I'm not going to go through all the parking mode feature on this dashcam because I already covered it in detail in my Geon 3 review video. So if you're interested in seeing how that works, you'll want to check out part 2 of the review. I'll also include the link below. By having a dedicated battery pack for your dashcam, it's no longer discharging your car battery every time you shut off the engine. And this will help reduce the wear on your car battery. Another main benefit is a much longer parking mode runtime. Now depending on which model of dashcam you have, the length of the runtime will vary, but you'll get anywhere from 19 to 38 hours of parking mode runtime, and this 5 to 6 times longer than if you were to run it off the car battery. The retail price of this is $399 and currently is on sale for $342. If you use the link I provide below, you'll get additional 5% off discount. I hope you enjoy watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, leave one in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.